On Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get the Buffalo Wings and Rings today on 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known, but what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are taking over for 101 with DP today, and it is me and Jake Bockoven for the next 3 hours. Bock, 3 hours is a long time to do the show.
It is a long time. I think we'll have Todd Euler stop in once the captain begins. But yeah, we decided we've thrown this around. We said the Blackshirt and Bock seems like a good pairing, and I'll be honest, we're forced to do sometimes when Rashawn doesn't show up. So here we are. We're gonna give it a go here and see how we can go. It's the next hit show, I think, here at the Ticket.
Yeah. Just Bock and the Blackshirt, Black and Bock, however you want to say it. It's bait, Bock tote, whatever it is, Bockoven and Farley.
There you go.
All right, man. Hey, look, Bock, your son's birthday was the other day.
Yeah.
You didn't give him a shout out, man. I was disappointed in you. You should give him a shout out today, Bock. Give him a shout out, Bock.
Absolutely. I'm kind of a private person, so I don't always bring that to air. But yes, I absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned it because I did want to. I meant to the other day. He's by far the greatest gift I've ever had. 4 years old, and we went to Chuck E. Cheese the other day in Omaha. There's no Chuck E. Cheese here in Lincoln because he's a big fan of animatronics. He has been for several years now. And we went to Chuck E. Cheese, and we were very disappointed when we arrived. They no longer have animatronics. He still had some fun.
Just a place with video games.
Yeah, we could have just stayed in Lincoln and found an arcade to go to, but that's all right. We won't make that trip again, but he had fun either way, and he's just had a great birthday celebration, birthday week we're giving him. So yeah, shout out to my son.
we had Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese. I think Showbiz was Billy Bob.
And that was before Chuck E. Cheese.
That was before Chuck E. Cheese.
And then it turned into Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, then it turned into Chuck E. Cheese. Now, I seen a picture with a guy. I don't know. Do you have a brother?
I do have some. I have two brothers.
So your brother looks like a rock and roll guy, Bock.
Yes.
He looks just like you,
yes,
but with long hair.
Both of my brothers have nice long beards and nice long hair. And I wish I could grow it out as well as they can. But
I looked at it, I was like, hold on, that's Bock brother. Looks right, just like him, and he got long hair. And I was like, oh my God, I got to remember. And I thought about it today because I think I seen it Monday or so, or Tuesday, but I had to remind myself that Bock family has long hair. Everybody except Bock.
I got to show you. Years ago, I did have longer hair here at the Ticket, but I've probably got an old picture of it, but it was, at least down to my shoulders. So I gave it a try. But
yeah, well, a guy that talks about sports has to have a good, clean cut.
Yeah,
I've never seen a long-haired guy on TV talk about sports, unless it's wrestling or something like that.
What was that? Was it Michael? God, I'm not Michael Clayton. I can't think of his name. Maybe that is what it is. Remember the old ESPN commercials?
Yeah.
Where they would show him basically doing a report from his house, and then it was the joke was that when it was done, he just kind of stood up. He had his underwear on, and he just put his hair down. I don't know if he really had that hair or not, but I thought that commercial was hilarious.
All right, Bock, let's jump into it today with our Wednesday news coming up. I'm going to start off with women's basketball, man. We've been kind of slow on that. Juju Watkins tore ACL the other day, man, and much love goes out to her. Do you know she has scored 1,700 1,709 points in 2 years. Second most in women's basketball. Since who, Bob?
Caitlin Clark.
You're wrong. Kelsey Mitchell.
Okay, I would have
from
got that
OSU
one.
in 2014 to 2016.
Okay.
So Caitlin Clark is third with 166,089, something like that. But now that she's hurt, man, who does it open it up for? A UCLA team that's strong, a South Carolina team that's strong. We still got a couple of Big Ten teams in there. I know Maryland plays somebody. I don't know who else is in there. I know Iowa was put out this week. But when we talk about women's basketball, Bach, who do you see taking the lead to win the national title and as they battle for their Sweet 16 also?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, UCLA seems like a team that will probably get a boost from this. They struggle. I think they went 1-2 against USC with Juju Watkins this year. Let me double check. I know one of them went at least 1-2 of those games. They beat USC most recently here in March, but had struggled with them previously because they lost them twice before that. So I think that really helps UCLA if that path is cleared. Obviously, the other top teams too, but it just kind of it's a sting to women's basketball and the movement altogether because with Haley Van Lith, I mean, there's some other names in there that can be exciting and hopefully draw eyeballs. But Juju Watkins was kind of the Caitlin Clark of this year, right? She's kind of taking over as the star. You can see her State Farm commercials and was kind of the next big thing, maybe still is the next big thing and the current thing. It's not just, she was dominant this year too. It just felt like her run through March Madness was going to be most followed and obviously it got cut short there. So coming off the year that you did with Caitlin Clark, where the women's championship game did outdraw the men's as far as eyeballs in TV, and that's crazy. I mean, we all lived through it, so it's not as crazy to go say it now. But years ago, if you had said that, it would just been hard to imagine. So you always want to use that momentum right within your sport to keep rolling, and I think they've done a good job so far. And there's nothing you can do to control this, but what was best for women's basketball, obviously, in my mind, was Juju Watkins going on a run and maybe being able to do what Caitlin Clark couldn't and win a title at USC. That would have been fantastic, but we'll see. There's obviously a future. Hopefully when she returns, she can maybe deliver on some of that promise. She's still, in my mind, going to be the biggest star in women's basketball, but it does open the door for somebody to make a magical run, get their own selves to be household names throughout women's basketball as well.
Yeah. Well, good luck to all the women program who's still in it. Nebraska women was put out by who was that? Louisville over the weekend. So now we're on the men's side of the basketball box. We will see a familiar face at Pinnacle Bank when the men's basketball play. Have you seen the announcement?
I have. I know the familiar face.
Yeah. How do you think? What do you think about that, Bob?
So
Herbie, who is it? Herbie Husker.
It's Herbie Husker. Yep.
Yeah.
Nebraska. Troy Dannon tweeted out the other day what has long been thought after by Nebraska fans is that the Herbie Husker, the new Herbie Husker. Remember, there's the old school Herbie Husker. There's the new old Herbie Husker that instead of holding up the OK sign, holds up the number 1 sign. I think there's some slight other tweaks there. He as well as a state outline will be in the middle of Nebraska's court, and I believe, you've seen different ideas of it over the years of how big it would be or whatever, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great look for Nebraska basketball. Over time, it's kind of funny to see how logos have changed, where they were kind of cartoonish throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, and then it was like, all right, let's get to business here. And so all these kind of logos turned into kind of more business oriented. The courts kind of maybe followed that. Then over the years, we've seen the state outlines. We've seen different variations of courts, and some of them downright ugly. The Big 12's tournament this last year was interesting. Oregon's court, when Nebraska went out and played out there, and there's a forest on the court out there. I don't think every one of these ideas is great, but for Nebraska, had kind of gone back to more of a business-oriented type of look, prior to this past year, that I thought they kind of, there was a difference in the shade of but in the 3-point arc and outside of it. And I thought that looked good. They kind of went away from that. So it was really just kind of basic traditional look this past year. This, I think, will just kind of draw your eyeballs, look like Nebraska is more of a fun atmosphere, more of a place to be. And I think that's a great idea considering Nebraska, when they are rocking, and we know they struggled at home down the stretch, but when they are rocking, it can be a very difficult, daunting task to come in here and win at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So I love it. I think most fans probably love it too.
I think it appeals to more like the younger crowd now.
Absolutely.
Because Nebraska always was labeled as, we cater to the older generation people, like the I would probably say 60s, 70s kind of people, because you see a lot of older people at the ball games too. So that's one thing about the fans. Every year, every generation gets out. It gets much younger now, but you still have the more mature crowd though in some cases.
Yeah, absolutely. And two, I mean, the red baselines are going to be red. Within the free throw lines are going to be red again. So kind of adding just more color to it. And Troy Dannon said, he doesn't understand why Memorial Stadium isn't glowing red all the time, is that it's such a strong color. Of course, if you look around the room here in 93.7 The Ticket, we also embrace red quite a bit. And so, I think this is part of kind of embracing it. And it's funny because Troy Dannon obviously hasn't been here for too long, just over a year now. But just something as simple as the court design can make, could be among, I think, the favorite moves that he's made so far here. And remember, Nebraska football is going to go toward red end zones. So that will be kind of interesting too. It's just kind of a personal touch, I think, from Troy Dannon. More fun, like you said, probably appealing to the younger crowd. But I don't think that's a bad crowd not to appeal to when you're talking about recruiting and just kind of, again, the cool factor of, hey, I play here, turn on my game. It looks cool. It looks daunting. It looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care if you had the turf red and black end zone. You know what I mean? We can have a checkerboard red and white.
Hey, that'd be kind of cool.
Kind of end zone like Tennessee. Hey, we gotta do something to spice up the crowd. And like we say, we're gonna talk about this and because I'll talk with you and Steve earlier about something that Matt Ruse, what's the identity of some other team, and I said, it's all about year 3 for Matt Rule, but we'll jump into that later. Now, men's basketball, have they played a tournament game yet?
They did not play until Monday, but they did have a little bit of media availability today. So Coach Hoiberg said that Raleigh Wooster, the point guard, will miss the Crown tournament with injury, which again will bring his career to an end as he was a senior. So shout out to Raleigh Wooster for his incredible career, not just here at Nebraska, but in his previous stops. Braxton Mia will be a game time decision. Remember, he was not able to go last time out for Nebraska. And they've also got Gavin Griffiths. They're going to check on him. He's got a minor injury that might be worth monitoring to see about his availability. But they will play Arizona State again here next on Monday in the college basketball crown in Las Vegas. The winner will play the winner of Georgetown and Washington State. It's kind of funny just trying to because Steve hadn't heard of this new crown tournament, right? And to try to tell him that it's better than the NIT. It is maybe more of a prestigious tournament than the NIT just because some of the top teams that choose to go here. But I was explaining to him too, the bottom isn't as prestigious as the NIT because Arizona State, who they're playing, is 13-19 on the season. So there's some teams in there that, it's hard. I just kind of get to the point, and it's kind of maybe through college football and bowl season and getting to 500. But I'm just not sure if I believe a team should be playing any sort of postseason if you don't at least win more games than you lose, right?
Well, is the NIT still going?
The NIT is still going.
Yeah. Well, you have to pick up teams just to field the tournament. So, it could be one of those teams like that could turn it around and probably win these 5 or 6 games and win the tournament. You never know. Maybe it's what are they in the Big 12? So I don't know if the Big 12 still has I know they still have Houston left in the tournament, but you got to understand, like, postseason means a lot, and they can pick their play up. So I'm not going to just worry about Arizona State. You got to worry about the other teams in the bracket too. But it's just a good chance to get more exposure for Nebraska, especially with the transfer portal hitting around right now, and they hosting a couple of guys, and also the return of the big man who's going to come back. So Fred is trying to coach a basketball game, recruit a kid, and keep guys here at the same time. So he has a hard week coming up.
Yeah, today we should mention too, they do have an official visit from an Iowa player. Don't be too stirred up. And Nebraska's had Iowa players on their roster, right? As Aaron Eulis came over from Iowa and played and will continue to play in the Crown Tournament. Nebraska has a visit locked in for today from forward Bryce Sandfort from Iowa, who will be a junior, or at least he's got 2 years of eligibility left coming up. The 6'7", 210-pound forward shot 49% from the field this past year, 40% from three. Nebraska definitely could use some more three-point shooting, averaging 8.8 points per game in 22.4 minutes per game play. Don't get him confused with his brother. His brother also played for Iowa and averaged 16 points per game each of the past 2 seasons. But he had, and that's Peyton, by the way, Peyton Sandford. He had a similar numbers that Price did in his first 2 seasons. So maybe we could see him come along and be that type of player, though I will admit, Peyton's got quite a shooting stroke, and especially at the free throw line. He's like a 90% shooter. Price was closer to 66% from the free throw line. So I'm not sure if he's quite as pure, but one way or the other, Sanford's father, Brian, also is a native of Holdridge, Nebraska, played college basketball at Hastings College in Nebraska before. Bryce Sandford considered Nebraska before going to Iowa. Iowa's got Fran McCaffrey out the door, new coach coming in, so they're having some movement there as well. So a good opportunity for Nebraska to pick up out of the transfer portal. I don't think Price would necessarily be, come in and be the star for Nebraska, but he certainly could develop into a pretty good player. And again, take a 6'7" kind of stretch type of player that can hit 40% from three.
Yeah.
That could be very helpful for Nebraska next year.
Yeah, it could, because those 8 points was 8 points we needed from other guys this season, and we couldn't get it. We have no bench play. We have no third option to go to, mostly because Jawan Gary and the other guy was,
Bryce.
Bryce Hunt, what is his name?
Bryce Williams. Yeah.
Bryce Williams was the only two that could score. And when you look at the box score, there was no guys, 2, 4, 3, 1. And those 8 points and those 44% from three-point line would help Nebraska, because we haven't had a great 3-point shooter since what's his name?
K-State Tamanai.
K-State, yeah. Where he's playing and where?
I think he's in the G League still. Last time I checked.
All right, so
have to check on how he's doing out there.
Good luck to the men's basketball team as they get ready for the Vegas shootout.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be exciting. Hopefully Nebraska can win it. Here's the question, Terrell. It's the first year of it, and somebody asked this earlier on the text line. Say Nebraska wins the whole thing, do they hang a banner?
Oh man, that's up to Fred.
Yeah,
that's up to Fred.
Yeah,
I think that should be up to the coaches and the university. So it's not an NIT, but it's something.
Yeah,
I mean, we celebrate the bowl game for the guys, so you got to celebrate for each team that does something. I mean, we just can't be biased against the football team because they won what bowl game was that?
Now you're testing me.
The motor, I don't know what bowl that was.
Yeah,
but
played in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you got to give them credit if they win it.
Yeah, I don't know if you would hang a completely new banner. They have a banner that has, I think, Nebraska's NIT appearances and their NIT championship from '96 on it. I think you'd probably just put it right next to there. But it'd be a good accomplishment for Nebraska, and certainly would change how we view at least the end of the season. I think the story of the season somewhat already written, but certainly can change how you finish it and how you look at it here with that college basketball crown tournament. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. This is the Blackshirt and Bock here on 93.7 The Ticket, stepping in for one-on-one with DP as he is busy today. We will be back after the break here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, We want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Buffalo Wings and Rings today on 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Tuesday, April 1st, Wolves plays West Ham at 1:45 p.m., followed by Nottingham Forest versus Man United at 2 p.m. On Wednesday, April 2nd, Newcastle plays Brentford at 1:45 a.m., followed by Liverpool versus Everton at 2 p.m. Liverpool currently leads the standings with 70 points. You can find all this and more at McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket, your place for English Premier League soccer, located at 8th and P.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a few sprinkles possible, otherwise partly sunny with a light breeze, and a high around 70. Tonight, a chance of showers late, otherwise partly cloudy with a low near 48. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers and storms, otherwise partly sunny and warm with a high near 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
All right, we are live from 1040 O Street here at 93.7 The Ticket. All right, y'all can join Jay, Shrick, and Austin Thursday, March 27th at the brand new Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 27th and Jamie Lane. They will be there from 3 to 6 for Old Block and Old Schools as we celebrate Major League Baseball opening day and the NCAA Sweet 16 tournament. Enjoy the impressive menu with items like steak skewers, liquid gold smash burger, blue chip burger, the stakeholder sandwich, and much more. Lincoln best selection of beer, cocktail, whiskeys, and more. Don't forget, 3 to 6 Thursday, Liquid Assets, 2755 Jamie Lane, south of North 27th and 27th and Yankee Hill. All right, Bock, I met Rich Lovett yesterday. Nice kid. If y'all don't know who he is, Rich Lovett is one of the guys who brung home the national title for wrestling and the individual part of it. He wrestles 149, a good, humble kid, and had a great chance to meet him yesterday. And the sky's the limit for him, Bock, because, he's not one of those, some people win it, and he didn't act like he won it. He was just act like it was just a job to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I met him too. It's exciting to see him here in the studio, and man, it has to feel good walking around as the national champion. And it's just very cool. Again, his story, Nebraska story, and Mark Manning and that wrestling team with the best finish that they've ever had. And he was on the Adam Carricker show the other day, and he said, with the amount of points that they scored at that event, that would have won the national championship in several of the previous years. So. Really a national champion type performance from Nebraska. And of course they had, two national champions in their own weight classes there. And it's just crazy too. I working here just yesterday. I mean, he was here. Of course, Alfonso Dinner was here. We had Brant Banks stop in the studio. So there's just a lot of people coming through. And, DP years ago, and, we kind of had this conversation. I said, what this place needs, what Lincoln needs would be cool to have like a Husker hub. And we've kind of somewhat created that here at 93.7 The Ticket with all the personalities that come through and the people that come through. But so it was just kind of cool. And it just kind of reminded me of some of those old ESPN commercials where, have mascots and different people from different sports all walking around the building. That's kind of what that's kind of what 93.7 The Ticket was yesterday, with just kind of people walking in and out of here. But, all that being said, too, my point was, I've met a lot of, you get to hang out with the athletes and meet a lot of my former, stars or people that I looked up to, including yourself, Terrell, like former Husker players. All that being said, I still was astounded that Rich Lovett was able to basically get a medal. I don't know what exactly, he was kind of detailing it there on the drive. Get a medal from the president, who was there alongside Elon Musk. And again, regardless of political affiliation or how you feel one way or the other, that's one of the most powerful men in the world and the richest man in the world there watching you win a championship. And that is just insane to be able to kind of be in that presence and be able to win your national championship. So those are memories that just most people are never going to be able to have, obviously. It's hard. A championship is earned, obviously, not given. There are many great athletes that go through their sports and don't quite reach that pinnacle. And so to be able to do so for Nebraska for the first time since Jordan Burroughs did it individually for Nebraska is just, obviously everybody is just so proud of that wrestling team and those two individuals.
Yeah. And the week before that, we had two track and field athletes who won nationals in their respective sports. Yeah. And that's good as a university. We all need to come together and celebrate each outstanding individual. I mean, either his team or individualized, but it's it's great for the university to be broadcasted like this because we have great athletes here. We always had great athletes, and we need to, do a little bit more to celebrate them more around here in Lincoln.
Yeah, it's and I'm glad that 93.7 The Ticket. Obviously, DP was out there, and Takedown Tuesdays and all of that has been fantastic for the coverage, and that's what we're kind of trying to do is try to cover every Husker and their accomplishments and what they're able to do. And so look forward to much more of that. I'm sure. If you talk to DP, that's all he's glowing. He's excited because it's kind of taken off in that direction. So.
Oh yeah, he's the next. Yeah, that's his calling because he was there through the whole wrestling season. Actually started the show with him. Nebraska baseball, Bock, has been on a slide lately. I don't even know their record. I've been trying to look it up. I seen it the other day, but they're next to last in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good season, obviously, for Nebraska baseball, and you kind of get to pretty close to kind of sounding the alarms here. Lost again to Kansas State last night. There's still always going to be that chance, obviously, in the Big Ten, if you can win the Big Ten tournament to get to postseason, but which is what they did last year. But it just things are not working too well for them. But you always kind of say, when you're in a rut, what you need is an opportunity to get yourself out of that. And for the first time in a long time, it's hard to get major programs here to Nebraska, and they've got the number 5 team Oregon State coming in this weekend. So, if you could take 2 or 3 from them at Haymarket Park, maybe could swing your season. And 2 or 3 is one thing. I mean, obviously you could sweep them. That'd be even better. They beat Vanderbilt earlier this year, so it's not like it can't be done.
Yeah, you're right about that, but we just need to pick it up and try to get it right now while the season's going, because we want to make it to Omaha this year. So I think that's one of our goals right there.
Oh, absolutely, every year.
Yeah. Women's softball, they're doing their thing. I seen a little thing earlier in the week on it. I mean, all sports are doing good. I mean, we're in the spring football, Bock.
Yeah.
And as we get closer to Nebraska game day, I think I'll go down and check out a practice at the end of the week, and not as a news reporter from the Ticket. I have to be a Husker that day. So I mean, I'm a Husker all the time, but I'm really not there to talk about what I see, but I'm going there just to watch them as young men, and watch some of the guys that I know personally from that team.
I was saying you want to wait too, because the first few practices are no pads, right? So you want to wait till they get in pads. Hopefully we'll be buying pads by Friday.
Well, we'll have to see, man. They got a couple of position changes, and we'll talk about that when we come back from the break. And we'll talk a little Husker baseball football next when we come back on Bock and the Black Shirt here at the Ticket 93.7.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Just about everyone from every part of the state wants to win one of the 8 gray 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. But remember, since Nebraskans of all ages and locations around the state just love this game, tickets will sell fast. So play today and experience the power of gray. Trucks and Bucks top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Koppel also has over 10,500 off list on new select models. So please stop on by and see what confident driving and confident buying is all about. We're right down 144th Street or online at koppelcars.com. All deals with the roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Buffalo Wings and Rings today on 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village. Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
All right, we got to work on that music, but welcome back to Bock and the Black Shirt here at 1040, 93.7. The Ticket is Bock and the Black Shirt with our own little thing as we taking over for DP one-on-one for this week as he's headed out of town. Bock, the ultimate thing happened to me again last week. Bock. I mean, yesterday, Bock.
Uh-oh.
I was playing Call of Duty, and it was 2 versus 1. I haven't had a kill the whole game, so I think I was camping, just hiding out.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't hear the guys I was playing with, because they was banned, I think. But at the end of that process, the guy killed my teammate, so it was 1 versus 1, and I jumped down and I seen him, and I fired him up.
Yeah.
And I probably said some little words that I shouldn't have said, but ended up getting a permanent chat ban.
Ooh,
permanent communication ban, which ended in a 14-day ban.
Oh, it's just a 14-day ban.
Yeah.
Did you have to do you have to go to the court system and argue against it?
They don't let you. What do they say? Like when you go to court, you want to.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of the word.
They don't let you try to appeal it.
Yeah, appeal.
There's no appeal.
Yeah.
It's just you're guilty by a robot that hears you say something.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. Yeah.
But I was highly pissed. But I'm smart, Bock. I know guys who play these video games, but I still can chat. It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
Only that PlayStation has. The Xbox doesn't have it. You can't do it on the Xbox. You can't do it on the PC. You go in there and you change your date to your system.
The system date.
So I just go up 26, year 26. And I'll change it. And I did it this morning, and I was able to check.
And you're right back.
Yeah, I was right back. So I'm a cheater. So, but I'm going to cheat. But it's hard to contain yourself when you win the game. I took the last shot, and I won the game. I ended up having 6 kills.
Well, you're supposed to act like you've been there before, right?
Not really, Buck. I'm a 49-year-old guy. All those young kids, they flipping and jumping, and one was moving so fast that I was like, man, just stop and let me get you. So, but I got banned yesterday, but I'm okay with that, and that's
you got around it.
Yeah, that's it. Bill and Bennett said the Gap Band is way more appropriate music for Bock and the Blackshirt. You're right, Bock. We have to work on the music.
Yeah,
we're trying to get some things together as as me and Bock will do stuff further down the line together as we not take over, but sub in for some shows that people can't make. And me and Bock came up with that. I like to have Bock name. It doesn't matter to me who name goes first. Both our names get said, and I always have a great time when I work with Bob. Cubster says Nebraska baseball had 3 costly errors in blow basic fundamental plays in the first inning that allowed K-State offense that's batting .297 as a team score 5 runs. Nebraska lost by 4.
Yeah, it's not been pretty.
I like how he said Nebraska lost by 4. It sounds like Lakers in 5.
Like that,
Russell Wilson, man, signed with the Giants. 1-year deal up to $21 million, including 10.5 guaranteed. That stops the talk of Aaron Rodgers. They also signed Jameis Winston last week.
They did.
To a contract. So we'll have to, Jameis Winston, he's the backup of the year. So when he comes in, I like his words. So he's more a comedian than he is not saying he's a great quarterback. He's just, I think he's a wild man at quarterback. Now, he used to be good, but, it's just, I don't know if he tries too much, but he's still a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback, I think, in a pinch. He's not necessarily your quarterback that you long-term are going to build around at this point. I think he's kind of maybe a gap quarterback. But that's kind of what the question here with Russell Wilson. Obviously had the 1-year deal with the Steelers, now a 1-year deal with the Giants. The Giants also have the number 3 pick. So are they going to use that pick on a quarterback? Maybe still. I don't think Russell Wilson necessarily, at his age, is going to be the future of your franchise, especially since you only have him on a 1-year deal. So owner John Mara said at the end of the past season that the team's top priority and number 1 issue was to find a quarterback of the future. I don't think either Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson fall into that category. So we very well could be saying, we already say, going into this draft, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders are the only, top of the draft type of guys. One of those might be sitting on the bench a little bit behind Russell Wilson. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, either way it goes, Russell Wilson's going to get $10.5 million. So, it doesn't matter if you cut him or not, or you don't play him. So that's the good part for Russell Wilson. The bad part is, do they draft a quarterback at 3 now? That's the concern, because you have Russell Wilson. Maybe you want to take that shot and wait the next year, but the Giants need to at least get some type of quarterback in the later rounds if they can, if it's still possible. But you have to take that top pick and figure out what you want to do with it quickly because the NFL draft is next month.
Yeah, it's interesting. And maybe this was a move in where, maybe it kind of tells you what they think about the top of the draft. Maybe they would rather, like you said, maybe wait till next year's batch of guys. And maybe this can kind of be a stopgap type of situation that they've got going on. Don't forget, they also have Tommy DeVito there. So if they did draft another quarterback, one or two of these guys would be the odd guys out. And Tommy DeVito, while doesn't have maybe the name of even of a Jameis Winston, he's also a serviceable quarterback that's, as far as the top backup that's had some starts in the NFL. So they're going to have to do kind of something. It's interesting to see what happens there. It's also interesting to see how all this affects the Steelers, right? Justin Fields and Russell Wilson both playing with the Steelers last year. Now, both of them land in New York. So the Giants have Russell Wilson. Obviously, the Jets signed Justin Fields earlier. And it also just kind of leaves it open that if Aaron Rodgers is going to play, there's less and less options for the Steelers to find a quarterback. So he seems to be lined up there. It also is worth mentioning to me, too, because I think Russell Wilson kind of hasn't been the player he was in Seattle, but I don't think that necessarily means he has been terrible. I think sometimes, along with Aaron Rodgers, we get these narratives where if the team does bad, the quarterback is washed and they shouldn't be there, starting this league anymore. Even the last 3 seasons with Denver and in Pittsburgh, which have been, again, ho-hum seasons, not great seasons for Russell Wilson, still has a 58-24 touchdown to interception ratio over the last 3 years. So he's certainly, while might not be who he once was, certainly a starting level quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. Cameron Haywood, defensive captain for the Steelers, changed his tone a little. Last week, he said he was misconstrued when he was asked the question. He said, "Would you go?" When they said, "Would you like to go to a length of going to a dark place to recruit Aaron Rodgers?" He said, "I'm not doing that. The pitch is, if you want to be a Steeler, be a Steeler. That's all." I wasn't. He said it wasn't like that. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. He said it's like I don't like Aaron Rodgers. He likes him, but he wants him there now. So the thing is if he's in a cave right now.
I don't think he is right now, but he does in the offseason tend to do that.
I just don't think his ego fits the Steelers or even their coach, Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
So it looks like you got to take him because he's the only thing out there left. Because we seen Kenny Pickett before in a Steelers uniform, and that didn't go well because you put a first-round pick on him and then traded him away probably after a year or so. But, I just don't think Aaron Rodgers is the guy for the Steelers. I'm sorry. I think probably people feel the same way.
Yeah, and I believe they still have Mason Rudolph in the stable. He's been in there before, but I would love to see it. I do agree with you that like personality fit might be not the best fit. Aaron Rodgers kind of in the Steel City there, but it would be fascinating because obviously they have a great defense. They've, like you said, one of the best coaches. We know everybody knows about his run of not losing more than he wins. And so I'd love to see that match. And so hopefully we get that eventually. Also should be noted in NFL free agency, which it's kind of gone up and down, but yesterday was kind of a bigger deal. Stephon Diggs with a 3-year, $69 million deal with the Patriots. Diggs, now 31, suffered a season-ending ACL injury in Week 8 while he was with the Texans last year, but is on track to return for Week 1 of the upcoming season. I thought there was less of a deal made about him, obviously leaving Buffalo, going to Houston. I thought that was a bigger deal than what was made of it. And now I think him going to the Patriots, they've taken some draft picks. They've taken some swings. They've been trying to find a number 1 quarterback or number 1 wide receiver. Golly, since maybe Julian Edelman left or, the end of the Brady era. Stephon Diggs certainly is that. So it's interesting to see. Finally, New England's got some weapons out there.
Didn't he go back to Buffalo or something? Or he was with Houston last year?
He was with Houston last year.
Yeah, he's traveling for checks now. He's not trying to get on a team to win a Super Bowl. He's all about making his money. Obviously he goes with Carly B right now, and they're
Does he?
So, yeah, he's with
dates Cardi B.
Yeah, he dates Carly B right now.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he 3 mil, 69 million, 3 years. That's a lot of cash. And we haven't seen the Patriots dole out a contract like that yet. So maybe they're trying to turn things around. We don't even know who's their quarterback going to be yet. Who's their quarterback last year?
The Patriots, they have
Drake May.
Drake May, yeah.
Drake May. So did he play last year?
He played, yeah.
How did he do?
I think he took over after, at some point when they had kind of given up on the season, and he did all right. It wasn't great reviews, but fine.
So, all right.
As a rookie, it goes, yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll talk Nebraska sports. Like I said, we'll get back to that on the Captain Show. Coming up here in the next few minutes, we have Window World Wednesday, and we have Todd Euler, as we usually do on Wednesday here at 93.7 theticketfm.com. All right, Bach, we are done with Bach and the Black Shirt. Thank you for listening to us, and we'll catch y'all with somebody else out again.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.